Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. Welcome to this episode of Am I the Asshole? Our first one is from Mountain.824. Am I the asshole for enforcing basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover? I, 42 male, have 2 kids living with me. My daughter Anya, 17 female, and my stepson Noah, 14 male. Noah's mom passed a few years ago and I've had full custody since. He's had a rough go of it, but he's a good kid, with his quirks. He's not antisocial or shy, but he does not appreciate having his space invaded, and when very upset, he can kinda shut down. Anya is much more outgoing and has a lot of friends. She asked to have a sleepover this weekend with 4 of them. I said yes, of course, but given that the friends who were coming were pretty loud and have a tendency to crowd Noah, I told her to make sure they don't go into her brother's room. Also to keep things down after 11, so that the house can sleep. In my opinion, these are not strict rules. To my surprise, I came upstairs to check on them at about 10. They are 17. I didn't think I needed to check on them every hour or something, and they were in Noah's room, and they looked like they'd been in there a while. 2 were literally sitting on his bed, with him there. One of them was flipping through his sketchbook, another was messing with other stuff, and they were all kind of giggling in this weird way. Noah was clearly upset. He didn't say anything or move, but there were tears in his eyes, and he didn't respond when I tried to talk to him. I told the girls to get out right then and that I was calling every single one of their parents. Anya was pretty upset with me, but I told her that I gave them 2 rules and they failed spectacularly. I did actually call all of their parents and sent them home as soon as possible. Anya blew up, saying I embarrassed her. I told her to go to her room and that we would speak on this in the morning. I spent about 20 minutes with Noah before he decided he wanted to cool down on his own, and I went back to my daughter, who chose not to speak to me. It's late, both of my kids are hopefully asleep, and I'm left not knowing if I handled things right. Am I the asshole? I failed to see how OP could even be the asshole. I mean, it's really simple. They allowed their daughter to have a sleepover, they laid out 2 very simple rules, and the daughter and her friends couldn't abide by them. This next one is by Nurse B89. Am I the asshole for ordering alcohol? I'm currently on a solo trip in Tenerife, all inclusive, to save having to look for places to eat by myself. The hotel has club-style seating, meaning that all tables are tables of 8 and people get sat together. Apparently, it's to encourage a sense of community and conversation. Last night, I was seated first and had a glass of wine. A family of 5 got seated at my table, 2 adults and 3 children. The mother turned to me and said, "We do not wish to expose our children to women drinking alcohol." I smiled and said perhaps they should ask to move tables if it was an issue, but I would be drinking the wine. They noticed I was on my own and made passive-aggressive comments about this. I went up to get my food and on return, the wine had disappeared. A waiter had came over and asked to see my wristband for the all-inclusive and said that the family had told them I was underage and must have snuck away from my parents. He was very apologetic and returned with a fresh glass of wine, just as the family came back with their food. Am I the asshole for requesting the waiter brought me the full bottle along with a couple of shots of vodka? The family stormed out of the restaurant when I drank the shots as they arrived at the table. It does make you wonder why the family didn't ask to be seated at another table, especially if OP drinking was a problem for them. And even if the OP ended up getting a little petty revenge on this family and made them leave, I still don't think they're the asshole. This next one is from Chuck It in the Rubbish. Am I the asshole for not disclosing that I am not Christian? To preface this, I do commissioned artwork, and don't discriminate against any subject unless it's racist, homophobic, otherwise hateful, or sexually disturbing. I did a commissioned art piece with Christian iconography, a beautiful ornate cross, a saint, and scripture in calligraphy. The client was happy with my work, paid me, and then asked me what my favorite scripture was. I was honest and just said, "Oh, I really don't have one, because I'm not a Christian and wouldn't really know which ones I'd like." He became upset and told me that he felt lied to because I've posted artwork of Christian subjects before, and he assumed I would be Christian. He said the art doesn't hold the same spiritual value because it wasn't made with faithful intention. I was kind of unsure of what to say. I said, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I do artwork for everyone, and I'm open to doing Christian artwork because it's for the client, not me. Should I be disclosing if I don't share a certain faith when commissioned to do artwork for it? Am I the asshole?" That would be like somebody being required to disclose their gender, sexual orientation, or whatever just to do a fucking commission job for somebody that's requesting work be done. Honestly, if it's such a big deal to the person requesting the service, maybe they should request that information before requesting said service. And our final one is by Acceptable Penalty 829. Am I the asshole for celebrating my birthday without my friends after they rescheduled around babysitters again? I've, 26 female, been part of this friend group since college. We're close and consistently hang out, and have friend game nights. The kicker? I'm the only person in this group without kids. Everyone else is busy raising toddlers and infants. And while it seems fair that they've been putting on more and more adults-only events, fancy dinners, wine tastings, and events, great, right? No. The adults-only events are literally during times that I'm working my restaurant shifts, evenings and weekends, because those are the times their babysitters are available. I've expressed multiple times that it would be great to have daytime events or meet during the week to do things since my schedule is very flexible during the day. They always say, "Oh, we'll try that for next time," but it never happens. Last month was the last straw. My birthday fell on a Sunday, and I asked them if we could do a celebration during the day since I was working that night, and they agreed. Then, the day before my celebration, the group chat exploded that they were actually now changing it to evening because Sarah's babysitter canceled but can do 7 p.m. instead. I was so done at that point. I made my own plans for my birthday with my coworkers who were able to show up and post pictures on social media, having the best time at brunch and escaping an escape room. Now, my original friend group is hurt that I didn't even tell them we changed the plans. They're now calling me petty and that I should understand that finding childcare is hard, but I'm over being the only one who's expected to accommodate everyone else 100% of the time. But I think my job counts as an adult responsibility too, and I shouldn't have to miss my own birthday for their babysitter problems. Am I the asshole here? Just because the OP wanted to celebrate their birthday on their terms doesn't make them an asshole, especially after they tried to work around the terms of the friend group. And I'm saying this as a father who understands that if you want to attend something and you have a kid and you need a babysitter, it might be wise to also have a backup sitter lined up just in case that first one falls through, instead of trying to blame the person who was already trying to plan around you to begin with. Alright, that's enough stories for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Am I the Asshole? If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.